instead of doing more example problems, we're going to finish up these notes because I think they will also help give some insight into things. So we're going to talk about naming using oxidation numbers. There are many nonmetals that can have more than one oxidation number. This is because depending on the conditions, the nonmetals can gain or lose or share a different number of valence electrons. This is similar to how the transition metals can form more than one, that should say monatomic, not polyatomic. You can cross that out. More than one monatomic ion, right? So copper can form +2 or +4, okay? So there are many nonmetals that have more than one oxidation number. There's a list of common oxidation numbers for these variable nonmetals in figure 2.1 on page 229 of your textbook. So that is there to assist you if you are having difficulties figuring out what charge this should be. It can help you narrow down the possibilities for your oxidation number. So, just like we used the Stock system to indicate the charge of an ion for ionic compounds, we can use the Stock system to indicate the oxidation number of a covalent compound. We can use them then, those names, to predict the charges or the oxidation numbers can be used to predict formulas. So here is examples of how that would look. Okay. In the prefix system, PCl3 would be written as phosphorus trichloride. If you were using the Stock system, you would just call it phosphorus 3-chloride. And then based on the fact that phosphorus has an oxidation state of 3, and the fact that we know that chloride has an oxidation state of -1, we would know there would need to be 3 chlorine atoms. The same carries true as we go down. Phosphorus pentachloride becomes phosphorus 5-chloride. Dinitrogen monoxide becomes nitrogen 1-oxide. Nitrogen monoxide becomes nitrogen 2-oxide. Lead dioxide becomes lead 4-oxide. And dimolybdenum trioxide becomes molybdenum 3-oxide. The Stock system, some people prefer it because you do not have to then be familiar with prefixes. It's not common for things to have charges that are much higher than 4 or 5, and most people know Roman numerals through the number 5, so it makes it a little bit more accessible. It also makes it a little less clunky in the mouth, as you might have noticed from dimolybdenum trioxide. Okay, so some people prefer the Stock system, some people prefer the prefix system. As previously mentioned, there's not a right or wrong system to use. Just be paying attention that sometimes people will request that you use one system or the other. So it's good for you to know how to do both.